Summer is about to come, and if you want to look like this during it, you should leave this video right now. But on the other side, if you plan on cutting, then you should keep watching this video, because in this video I will go over 3 ways in which you can make cutting easier. First, why should you listen to me? 3 years ago I was fat, now I'm pretty jacked. And because of that, I have found a few ways to make weight loss easier and implemented them in my own journey, and I can pretty much tell you they make weight loss easier. The first one is to avoid bad stress. So let's first talk about what bad stress is. Bad stress is the kind of stress that does not cause you to grow. Working out is stress, right? You put stress on the body to build muscle. On the other side, watching the news is also stressful. You watch these events and your heart rate goes up and you don't feel very well looking at them. You might feel scared. I don't know you. But when you watch the news, usually there is a stress response to what you see. That's the whole goal of those people who create this content. And because of the fact that you watch it and you don't grow from it, it can be considered bad stress. The thing about stress is that it is bad for weight loss. It is bad for both muscle maintenance. During weight loss, it impairs recovery to some extent, but not only that. Low-calorie diet increase stress, so when you lose weight, low-calorie diets are basically weight loss diets. When you eat on them, you increase stress just by eating on them. To some extent, the stress goes up short term when you lose weight. And stress is associated with emotional eating, right? Eating for soothing your emotions. That's why you eat emotionally, to reduce stress temporarily. And on top of that, my own experience and some other people's experience says it is also associated with more appetite and just having a worse time losing weight. The goal for an easier time losing weight is to reduce stress. That's the first way to make weight loss easier and to just maintain more muscle mass when losing weight and to achieve a better body afterwards. So how do you do that? There are 2 major ways I want to go over in this video to reduce stress. The first one is to reduce unnecessary stress activities and to keep the productive ones, to keep training in the gym, to keep being on a deficit, but to try to minimize the activities that you do that increase your stress but don't really benefit your life. As I've told you before, an activity for that can be the news. Another example for something that you can reduce from your life that will reduce your inflammation in the body and by extension stress is to eat less very unhealthy foods, processed foods that are designed to be tasty and that induces more stress on the body to some extent, more inflammation. The second way to have an easier time losing fat during weight loss is to sleep more. Sleep is the ultimate recovery activity. It is the ultimate stress reducer. Sleep reduces appetite and increases muscle recovery. You should fucking do it if you want to get more muscle, if you want to have an easier time losing weight, and if you want to look better and to maintain more muscle mass during weight loss. Sleep is important. I look always online and see a lot of people who talk about what's the kind of thing that will allow me to make more gains. They talk about supplements like creatine monohydrate, and right, they want to find this trick that makes weight loss easier. And to be honest, sleep is this thing. There are not a lot of cheat codes out there. Moving more is kind of cheat code for weight loss because it allows you to eat more. Sleep is this kind of cheat code. And another one that I can think about from the top of my head is to eat like really low calorie dense food that are really tasty. But outside of them, there are not a lot of cheat codes, things that make weight loss a lot easier. There are a very small amount of them. And sleep is one of them. Sleeping more will allow you to just have an easier time losing weight, have a better time losing weight, maintain more mass after weight loss, and it's just good. If I were to give you a pill, a kind of supplement that will make you more recovered, that will increase your mental awareness, that will increase your willpower, your discipline, that will make you more jacked over the long run, and will reduce your appetite, would you take it? The answer is probably yes. And it is basically having a good night of sleep. That's the pill. And the third way to make fat loss easier is to have a strong enough why. He who has a why can bear almost anyhow. Now before I go over what's a why, I want to talk about habit building. Because in some way, the way to make weight loss easier is to habitualize eating on a deficit, habitualize eating the meals that get you on a deficit and just be okay with eating them. And on top of that, habitualize training the calorie expenditure to basically increase calories out, reduce calories in, and just be used to this state. It is habitualizing it. Discipline is what consolidates a habit. Without discipline, you will go and try to implement this habit, the habit of eating less, of eating that meal that satiates you more. And after a few times, you will lose motivation, you will not do it, and you will just stop. With discipline, you go, you try, and then when you feel the motivation, you keep going, and by doing so, you will make it more of a habit of yours. The thing about habits is that they are created through repetitions. They are not dependent on motivation. You can still build habits if you're demotivated. You need to build habits by doing them consistently, doing those actions, right? You make them habits through doing that. And that is the thing. Discipline is the thing that consolidates actions is habits, and you need to have it. Discipline comes from having a strong enough reason why. You are the 5 things that influence you the most. That's something that you have probably shared in the past. I don't know if it is true to the fullest extent, but to a large extent, you are the average of the 5 things that influence you the most. You have genetics, you have a personality, right? It's you and the 5 things, but in general, the 5 things make a massive impact, and that is the thing. When the 5 things influence to become more jacked, to do the right actions, to want to get in a better shape, to not want to be in a bad shape, you get in a better shape, you become more disciplined, your why gets stronger because you are because you are somewhat of an average of these 5 things. The third way is to have those 5 things influence you to get more jacked, to watch more fitness content, to have more friends who train the gym. That's the 5th way. By doing so, you will become more disciplined, and by becoming more disciplined, you will habitualize the right actions more, you will be more consistent, you will see more results, and because of the fact that these actions will become habits, you will have an easier time losing weight. And that's essentially it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and tell me why I enjoyed it. And if you want to get more value and a full course about how to get in shape, which is totally free, check out the link in the description. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.